9 o'clock, August 5th, 2025. This is the Floyd County Board of Supervisors meeting. I call the meeting to order. And I'm going to appeal to everybody today. I have a lot of meetings and one's buttoned up against this. So we're going to try to make short work of this if we can. And so first of all, the review and action regarding approval of the agenda.
Motion to approve.
Second. I got a motion to approve. Second, all those in, any other comment? Not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, public comment. Do we have a public comment?
Yeah.
Anybody?
3 minutes, Mr. Chairman.
Sure.
My name's Doug Lindeman, retired farmer north of Charles City. I'm gonna comment on 2 payments the county has made, $10,000 in each one, which is probably a waste of the taxpayer money. The first one was when we hired a mediator to come in over the wind tower issue. And I indicated over 6 months ago, there should have been a farmer at the table as one of the parties that was contesting the type of regulation. There were no farmers there being represented. So
Excuse me, there were no farmers at the mediation?
there was no one representing the farming element of those who wanted a windmill.
Oh, okay.
That's my point.
Okay.
And so the mediation fee of $10,000 basically meant didn't get us anywhere. Second, hiring of Reveling for $10,000 was also a waste from this standpoint. Basically, former supervisors Kiefer and Jorgensen put us down a rabbit hole that he was being retained apparently for some legal expertise regarding wind towers. However, he wasn't an expert, so he wasn't standing in the role of an expert at the meeting. He was basically a litigant representing people that were against windmills, which is fine. I think that party had to be at the table, just like a farmer should have been at the table. With regard to paying his fee was a mistake the county made. If people that were against windmills wanted a representative, they should have paid for it, not the county. If the county wanted to start picking up legal fees, then it should have paid for both the people that were against windmills and for farmers that were in favor of windmills. This was a waste of the taxpayers' dollar to the tune of $10,000. Actually, between Kiefer and Jorgensen, it was a personal expense and it should have been picked up by someone other than the county. This is where one's fiduciary duty kicks in. Of course, the Board of Supervisors can retain legal counsel, but when it's being retained for a certain group of people, then it's inappropriate. So I just make the comment in passing, watch your fiduciary duties in the future, make sure you're basically covering county assets, not other interests unrelated to the county. Thank you.
Duly noted. Any other public comments? None? We'll move on to 3. Review action regarding approval of the July 29th, 25 minutes. I didn't see anything out of ordinary on the minutes.
Had a few things I mentioned to Morgan. She's updated those and
Yeah.
I think we're good. Yep.
Okay, I have a motion to approve the minutes.
I can make a motion.
Thank you. I'll second. Josh seconded. All those approval, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Review action regarding the claims. Once again, I went through all the claims. I didn't see anything out of the,
It's a small claim run
yeah.
compared to,
Seemed fairly straightforward.
I didn't see anything. Either.
Well, I'd make the motion that we approve the claims. Josh seconded. Any more comment? None? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Passed. Number 5, updates regarding various boards, commissions, and activities since the last meeting. Who wants to start?
Can I start?
Okay.
I had a county social services meeting. Just moving along, if they mentioned it's taken a little longer to get things closed out, so it might be a little longer. I did bring up the topic of that 2080 agreement, which I think I forwarded you an email on that, or maybe you two, I can't remember, about the date. Todd had suggested putting October as the end date of that, and I did bring that up to the group. There's been at least 3 counties that have wrapped up that, have done that 2080 agreement to end it, and they left it, if you remember, that was kind of a wide open thing, that until all the claims, until the process is completed, or June of 2026, but Todd nor I, neither one liked that open-ended, because it could go way beyond June of 26, the way it was written, and so that's where Todd had suggested October, and I thought that was maybe a little too soon, and after hearing at the meeting last week that that's probably a little too soon. Mary, the director, had suggested if you're putting a solid date in there, that it'd be like December 31st. And so, yeah, there's time for it. There's not a rush to it, because it's just when it ends, it ends.
But then mostly, the way I understood, they wanted to make sure everybody got their claims in, right?
Right.
And
Time for processing claims, and then there's federal and state stuff to do. I mean, it's gonna go, someone's gonna have to be out there even in January for payroll tax stuff
Yeah.
and that kind of thing. But they do have a company that would follow up with all that, but I'm sure that company wants to have an okay with it. So in an email I sent, I said I would talk to Todd and see about, putting December, but there's no rush to do it. And then the other part was with that resolution that we did with ISAC, where the counties, the Social Services Association, Mary McConnell was the Iowa Secretary of State, not Secretary, Iowa Association of Counties just put in Mary McConnell, because she'd been in that role. And I did follow up with Mary on that to see if she is still in that association. She thinks that she is. No harm done in keeping her on there. When this is all done, when county socials is all done, we could delegate a different person to represent that. I don't know who it would be, but one county said that we left it blank. Didn't fill that association part, so that was that one. That was county social service, and then I had virtually attended the Northeast Iowa Workforce Development Board. That nothing new on that. I've gotten there. I think all of the counties, the 20 counties, had responded their support for merging, but the consensus was, let's wait till July 1. And it sounds like South Central is gonna do that merge with the other county, other regions. So I think that's moving forward. They're gonna be okay by October 1st is their plan to get that done. So we'll keep moving forward with putting it, potentially making it a bigger region.
Good.
Yeah. But nothing confirmed on that bigger region yet.
I didn't have anything. Yeah,
I got 911 commission is Thursday, and I'll have some more report.
okay, fine, thank you. All right, number 6, review and action regarding $173,044.10 invoice from Motorola for communication tower to be paid for with tower project bonds. Pretty straightforward.
Yep, it's just we can't pay it until we have the budget amendment, because we have $0 budgeted. So I wanted to get that, and then this should be the last payment to Motorola, is that right? Or is this,
How would I know for sure?
that tracking sheet?
I have it.
Yeah, there should be notes up in the left corner on the one thing.
Yeah. Looks like it.
That's that amount.
That is one of those last ones. It's the 5% one. I'm not sure where the 10% one is. The 346,000.
I think we paid that one already.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have our budget amendment next week.
We,
So I could make the motion to approve this one, but pending our budget amendment gets approved next week.
Second that, I could just say that this has been a welcome addition.
Yeah.
So it's been.
Yeah.
Very good. That's all, I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion, second. Is there any more discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, say pass. Number 7, review action regarding $77.99 Amos Cooney invoice for judicial review of the IUC permit. I guess we for a little bit, right?
So this is another one of those bills for that lawsuit that we've sued. We're in that group, is just for Josh, or that we've sued along with, I think there's 8 counties total. The Iowa Utilities Commission, because of their motion on treating eminent domain on pipeline. And, but just as a follow-up to this as well, there may be a charge on here because from a former meeting, I did talk to Tim Whipple about possibly having a closed session meeting with our board. And he said he wouldn't be able, I think I did forward you an email on that, if you want to do that closed session, potentially he could do August 12th. So future agenda items, if that's a date that works, we need to make sure it works with him on that, if you want to do that. So there may be a charge for having that conversation with him. And I see it's not on this one anyway, but any thoughts on having that closed session, try for it for next week?
That's something to do.
Okay.
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 And that would work for him then, isn't it, Dan?
He would attend virtually on that. Is it Wednesday? With Tim? Is that what you said?
No, I just wondered if he was, he's not gonna be here for.
Probably not in
Probably not.
person.
Okay.
Yeah, shouldn't be too long of a meeting.
Okay,
Talk about our
Good.
position. So, but this, I mean, he is working on this, we're part of this, so we have to pay our share. And,
okay. But
so I'd make a motion that we approve the bill for Ehlers and Cooney for $77.99.
I'll second that motion. Any more discussion? That, seeing none, vote, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say sign, pass. Okay, engineering update.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Ready?
All right, it's been kind of busy for the secondary road department here recently. Maintenance work we're working on right now, B60, we're getting some shoulder widening done on that. There's about a mile stretch in there. We're trying to finish up. I don't think we're quite gonna get it done, but I think the south side should be done. There'll be a stretch on the north I don't think we're gonna get to, you just don't have the time. As
So how's that work? Is the road closed then and
the road's down to one lane.
down to, and it'll stay on one lane for a while?
It'll stay, well, where we're working is a please alternate situation.
Uh-huh.
It's just a real short stretch. Just a room enough for an excavator and a couple dump trucks to dump. But we are gonna work there until Matthew starts. Once Matthew starts, then they'll have one lane set up for doing their cold place recycling. So it might be on a different section of the road, but that road would probably be one lane now through when Matthew's done.
Gotcha.
There might be stretches in there where they're not doing work between cold in place and resurfacing. But yeah, there'll be road construction on that road for quite a while now.
Okay.
When Matthew's supposed to start next week, last I heard, so see what happens.
But you're gonna keep working up until.
We're gonna
Get
keep
as
doing
much
our
done
shoulder
as we
work
can.
as long as we can, ready to get as much done as we can.
Yeah.
I told the guys, keep going until Matthew gets up, but once Matthew shows up, we gotta leave.
Yeah.
We gotta get out of the way. So,
Yeah.
and then after that, we can't do anything on that road until at least next year, let the asphalt cure.
Yeah.
So whatever's left, will have to wait.
Yeah.
Culvert work, Packard culverts are on hold until we get B60 shoulder work done. We've got, I think, 5 culverts left to replace on Packard in preparation for resurfacing next year. So probably next week after, there'll be some more road closures on Packard Avenue.
Is it like one culvert on each of those 5 spots, or is it like double culverts on
No, there's 5 different spots.
5 different spots? That's a
There
lot.
was total of 7, got 2 done. So yeah, it's when our process is the year before we pave a section, we take an inventory of all the structures, the drainage structures, culverts and such underneath, make sure they're in good shape, see if we have to replace any. Cause that is the time to do it. You don't want to replace and tear up brand new asphalt.
Right.
So we've identified 7 of them. We've gotten 2 done. We gotta get the other 5 done yet this year.
Gotcha. And will that happen? Will we end up with
I
any?
hope so. They're relatively simple installs, a day or 2 each, my understanding. So once we get P60 or B60 done, we should have time to get those.
Yeah.
There's still plenty of construction season left, so
Is it the same crew that does the shoulder work that does the culverts?
we only have 2 excavators.
Okay.
So one excavator is loading dirt, one excavator is building shoulders.
Oh, gotcha.
So we're kind of limited on what we can do with that. And yes, it takes an excavator to put in a culvert, so at least 1, sometimes 2.
And then those are road closed.
Those will be road closed, yes, but it'll only be a closure for a day or 2. Anything over 2 days, we're supposed to have a detour, an official detour. So I've told the guys if we're gonna be over 2 days, make sure we're gonna detour.
Gotcha.
But sounds like these will be short, 1 or 2 days.
Okay.
We did have some storm damage with those winds that came through, nothing major. We had some minor washouts, some branches down. But we did have 1 culvert that kind of washed out on Timber Avenue, south of 240th Street. That is south of Charles City gravel road. We got half the road washed out on us.
Wow.
So we have that closed right now until we can get to it, till we get an excavator free to get to it and get those culverts replaced.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple of big 40-inch pipes in there.
Does that affect, is that the Carrie Lane Chapman house road? Is
I
it
think
anywhere
it's
near
in
that?
the area. I don't know if it's that particular road, but I think it's in that area.
No, they have some events going on.
They can still get access. The local landowners can still get access. It's just that section, we have to completely close that off because the road's half off.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that as soon as we have time to fix that, so. I have gotten several calls about mowing ditches. We've got all 3 mowers, all 3 of our mowers are out. I told the guys, make sure all 3 of those mowers are out if at all possible. So we're doing what we can. This year's been tough with all the rain that we've gotten. So we're doing what we can.
I talked to Adam, I had driven the drainage district 3. We're out there and there was a lot of tall weeds.
Yeah.
Asked them if how they were doing with that. Thanks for the report.
So if you receive any calls about that, we do have all 3 of our roadside mowers out.
I saw them this morning on my way to work.
Perfect. Pavements are priority. And then they're starting to get to asphalt or get to gravels now.
Sure.
Blading, we're trying to keep up on that when weather allows, when we get moisture. So it sounds like we're doing okay in that aspect. I know the unofficial detour up on T38 is kind of getting hammered. We're trying to keep an eye on that best we can. Spraying, we've also got some guys out spraying. Sounds like there's some guys out yesterday spraying and I'm sure today. So we're doing as much of that as we can, trying to get some of these ditches under control. Best we can. We're probably a little behind on that.
I see everybody is. I sprayed it all weekend too. It's
It's
a
hard.
lot
to
of
keep up.
rain, a lot of weeds.
Yes, exactly. A lot of rain, a lot of weeds.
Yeah.
So, office activities, our construction projects are going really hard right now. Our resurfacing Heartland finished paving on T38 last week. I've been told that probably tomorrow or Thursday, they should be shouldering and then painting. So hopefully by the end of this week, T38 is open and done.
Good news.
Yes, so that'll be nice. Last week, Heartland started paving B47. As of yesterday, they had the first layer, the intermediate layer down. They should be starting on surface today. So they should have 1 lane surface today, 1 lane tomorrow, and then they got a shoulder paint it. So B47 should be open as long as the painting and the shoulder and crew get in relatively soon, should be open next week. Completely open. That's just a one lane road right now with paving. T26 south of Rudd, that's still scheduled to start late September. That'll be end of fall before we get to that one. Or before Heartland gets to that one. And Matthew is our contractor for the B60 job, and they're tentatively supposed to start next week. That'll be a one lane traffic road. And then also Kingland Construction is building a Rockford shop. They started on that this week.
Oh, good.
So we're moving ahead with construction projects. I am compiling my annual report here. I've got that pretty close. I'm reviewing a few things, so hopefully get that to you for your acknowledgement within the next month or so. And then the CHBP grant update. That grant application was submitted by the state. So they thought they had a real strong grant application. My understanding this grant is all but guaranteed for Iowa. So, but it'll be a couple months before we know for sure.
Fingers crossed, that'd be
Yes,
awesome. if we
fingers
could
crossed,
get
yes,
those
it would be.
projects.
So, office schedules, I am in, let's see. I'm in all this week. I think I'm in all next week. There might be a day or so I might have something going on pop up, but I should be in the county. Both this week and next. I know I've got my two assistants are out doing asphalt inspection right now, so they are not in the office. Tracy is back, so we should have somebody there, staff, so. Any questions?
Oh,
Thank you.
oh, good. Okay, moving right along.
Busy time of year,
Yes, it is. Yeah.
but the weather so far has cooperated, so keep the rain away right now.
I
We can-
agree.
Yeah.
We've had enough rain for the time being. Don't shut it off, but just,
You're right.
Yeah, I need to.
I think maybe
budget my
Thursday.
break.
yeah.
Sounds
We
like-
waited another 4 or 5 days. Thanks. Yeah.
Have a good day.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Okay, next up, our Veterans Affairs updates.
Morning.
Good morning.
Everything pretty much the same in the office. Right now we have, 322 active, compensation claims that bring in $543,054 a month. And, 8 life pension claims, and that's for 6,001. We have 4 survivors pensions that bring in $1,797. And 39 DIC claims that are bringing in 67,180. That's $618,032 a month, or $7,416,384 a year. And that's just the Floyd County veterans. I mean, that don't necessarily mean that it's all staying in the county, but it'd
Right.
be like a wage.
Mhm. Yeah.
We got 72 claims in the system right now that I'm working on with 3 appeals. And, I've held 2 coffees in the last month and a half and 2 picnics. I was in the 4th of July parade with Steve Rocks and his
Yeah.
Jeep. And, my fall school is supposed to be in September, but they haven't gave us a date on it yet. And, we get a $10,000 grant usually from the state. I submitted the last summary showing them where we spent it. And then we should get the new one should be issued, I would guess, in the next week or 2. And they're gonna add 3,000 on it. They want us to go to fall or to, national school. This year was in Kentucky, next year's in Utah. And, if that's the case, I'm gonna try to just take a week off and do it virtually from home or something, or just close the office and do it. I'm not a huge fan of flying. And, but
You mentioned that.
I probably should went to Kentucky. The state did take over the education. So now we go to spring school, fall school, and then we have to do some online classes to keep our accreditation. So, I've got all mine done except for an ethics class, and that I'm taking online hopefully next week. So, and then I'll be accredited for the next year, so. Really, that's what the basics, unless you've heard something that I need to do different or anything like that.
I don't have anything.
I had just this weekend, I had a couple of different days. One person who just sitting around talking and mentioned he'd been working with you on a claim, and another person that I mentioned contact you, moved here from Texas and is working on a claim. And I said, well, go to our courthouse and find Todd. And, yeah, and then I don't think it was ever an appointment probably you made, but in the past, Todd and I talked last week about one of our former, board members
Yeah,
passed away, Maureen Ruin. I don't know if you know Maureen, but she passed away a couple weeks ago or a few weeks ago, maybe even.
about a week and a half, I think. Yeah, we were gonna, this week or next week, send a card to the family, but she only has a son left. And her husband died, I guess, of a heart attack, and then her daughter, I believe, was kidney disease. And so it's just him left, and he didn't want to deal with none of it, but he did reach out to me Friday, I think it was. He sent me an email, and he's gonna contact me by phone. He said we start the process, so I figured now it'd be I gotta find out where he lives. He moved here from North Carolina. He moved from Coralville, North Carolina, and now he's back, so I gotta find out his address. We're gonna send him a card and get everybody to sign it.
We replaced Maureen with Caitlin Angel, who works in the assessor's office. I don't remember if you were here for that appointment or not.
I don't think
remember
so.
when Caitlin was
It's been
appointed.
quite a while, yeah.
Before November last year. I
Yeah.
suppose.
Maureen got, on top of cancer, she had some sort of dementia. I'm not 100% sure what it was, but, yeah.
Nice gal.
Well, okay. Well, hey, good report. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Send me your numbers so that I can have the right numbers in the minutes.
Absolutely. You can have this if you want.
You got it.
If you have any questions, you're let me know and I'll.
Perfect.
All right, yep. Have a nice day.
Thanks, Ted.
Okay. Number 10, public health update.
I have to stand up and I come sit at the chair.
You sit in the chair.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll start with public health, just a general update on some of the newer things that we're doing. Currently, there's an MMR initiative with the state, so we have MMR vaccine that we can give to anyone regardless of age, insurance. They can walk in,
What's MMR?
measles, mumps, rubella.
Oh,
sorry.
gotcha.
So a measles initiative. So we're able to do that. We've had a few people walk through the door. We've had some ads on the radio. We've been putting it on Facebook. Just trying to get the word out there. Going to be working closely with the school nurses here once school's in session, to make sure all those kiddos are up to date.
Yeah.
If we find some that aren't, we'll be contacting the parents, sending out letters.
So is it a requirement for school or
Yes.
not? It
Yeah,
is a
so
requirement.
typically you get, the measles, mumps, rubella is the vaccine's been around forever. Now they add varicella to measles, mumps, rubella, varicella. That's all
Okay.
combined. You get it at 1 year and then 4 years or 5 years right before you go to kindergarten. They've kind of changed those, so that's when it's required. Now it is recommended that you can get a dose 0 at 6 months. Doesn't count toward your required vaccine. You still have to get 2 more. Or you can get your second dose 28 days. So quote me on that. You can get it sooner than before you go to school, especially if you're traveling or going to an area that has like a measles outbreak.
Sure.
They want those kids protected. So
Is there some
cases
measles
in-
outbreaks in Iowa?
yeah, 8 cases, not necessarily an outbreak, but there's been 8 cases.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. If it comes here to Floyd County, we'll have all hands on deck. I may be even asking for help from other offices, just because it will be a big deal.
Yep.
We'll be making lots of phone calls, contacting businesses. It'll be a big deal. So, we're just keep thinking positive thoughts that we aren't gonna have a case.
Right, right.
So, yeah. So, let's see, what else are we doing? Tobacco grant, we, never have held a tobacco grant, so it's a grant that, kind of promotes like quit line, tobacco cessation, educating the youth, getting educational materials out to businesses, trying to change policies to make places smoke-free, not only smoke-free, but vape-free too. So that's really the big push, is making places be vape-free, not just tobacco.
And
So
so
we've
we
never-
never, right, that Chickasaw did the grant for Floyd County?
Sarah Gordo did it for Floyd, Chickasaw, and Mitchell.
Okay,
And so with all the changes, at HHS, it kind of sounded like either you jump on it this year or you may not get a chance to ever hold that grant. It's a $12,000, so not a huge amount of money, but it's something, to get us out and about. This year, they're being kind of lenient, in what we do, so I think, Lindsay, one of my staff nurses, is gonna kind of manage that grant and try to get her foot in the door to some businesses, promote quit line.
Yeah.
We're not 100% sure. We thought about maybe approaching Adam Sears for the parks, and maybe making the playground areas tobacco vape free, something like that. But we're just throwing ideas out there right now, so.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, let's see, what else do I have as far as public health? Continue with some disease follow-ups, the typical things we see in the summertime. We're seeing we're hearing reports of hand, foot, and mouth, with some of the kiddos. That's not reportable. We're just kind of hearing it from community members that it's out there. We typically in the summertime see, our E. coli cases increase, our cryptosporidosis cases increase, and that's just from people, being in recreational water. County fairs, a lot of these illnesses are fecal oral transmission, so, you put your hands on something dirty and put them to your mouth, or don't have good hand washing. But pretty common to see some of these, through the summer months, so.
Good.
And that's kind of time consuming too, some of those cases, because it's phone calls and trying to get a hold of people, and they take a while. You're asking people to think back, 15 days. Where were you? Where'd you eat? What did you eat? All those things. So it's time consuming, but yeah. And then we enter that information in the state system, and, if there's a connection with another case or cases throughout the state, then we try to track that back, to see where that outbreak may have started. So kind of cool stuff, at least in my mind. It's kind of fun.
Well, very, very needed,
Yeah.
in case
So-
we, so let's hope we don't have a measles case and.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So, been working with the hospital too. I had a meeting out there, with their infection prevention, colleague out there, talking about what we would do, how we would work together. We have test kits, they have test kits. We just coordinate what we do.
like for the hand, foot, and mouth, do you get involved with like the hygiene kits, like DCAT and the
No,
hygiene kits? No.
no, I'll just do some education. If someone would
Yeah.
call, school would call, if a daycare would call, just give them some information.
You still do the inspections at the schools,
The immunization audit.
immunization audit?
Yep.
Okay.
Those happen in the fall. Done by the end of November, daycares by the end of December.
Does your tobacco thing, does it touch vaping with young kids, the schools with kids? Those
Yeah.
teenage kids vaping and,
So there's an educational program that you can do that's like 5th through 7th grade, and then 8th through 12th. Yep.
will Lindsay be doing that?
We're not sure yet. There's certain things you can pick from, and it's, what is it, there's objectives we have to pick too. So we're kind of throwing ideas around and what we're gonna do. We don't know yet, but something, and then hopefully grow it in years going forward.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Then you got the next item?
I think so. Am I next again? Yep. You have 3 in a row. Thank you.
This is the
Over the-
security.
Public health security quotes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think I sent those in an email, didn't I? Okay, so they have those. So, I waited quite a while to get a quote from Communication Innovators. Communication Innovators, I like to see is dated 6/3. But we had a lot of questions. Bernie got this from me. We had a lot of questions. They weren't getting back to us. This is also the company, if I'm correct, that does all of the badging in the doors.
Door hardware,
Yeah.
and, yeah,
Of course.
cameras, the whole shebang. It's kind of a proprietary thing, which I think can sometimes get you in trouble. That's probably why it took so long to get answers, because the key person was out of the office for a while there.
So, and we do have cameras in our office. We can go through this company too. I don't know. I think they're tied
That
up
was Bernie's plan.
courthouse. So that's their quote there for the 5,958. That is for, my staff to have the cards or fobs to get in the door. And then also for the girls to have, I think it's like a push button under their desk or somewhere, so that they can open the door as someone's coming in.
Oh, not panic alarm push buttons.
Right. Yeah, so we can actually open the door, when we see someone walking up. Okay, so that's their quote.
Do you have a computer generated panic alarms over there?
Oh, the 911,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's Communication Innovators. Central Lock, I did reach out to them just because I think it's good practice anyways to get a couple of different quotes, and Communication Innovators wasn't getting back to us, so. The one for the 7,370, that includes everything I mentioned that Communication Innovators had, plus, video. So when you're in my office, Petey and Kim, when she's there, they sit right up front, they can see out the window, no big deal. Marty, when she's there by herself, she's kind of like back behind a wall with her back to the door. She's there usually, for an hour and a half at the end of the day by herself every day. The nurses are there, but they're in the back. They can't see who's coming in. So I like the idea of Marty being able to have a video to see who's walking up to the door, instead of, them pushing the button, it dinging, her having to get out, see who it is. So I like that idea of having a video monitor for her to be able to see who's coming up. So that's the $7,000 quote. The 5,300 is, no video, just the fobs or the cards and the buttons that unlock the door. I don't have to replace the door. That door can stay. I did talk to Judy Hauser, who is the Heart to Home Hospice Board, owns that building. She's my contact there. They have no problem with us putting in a lock, so they did not care.
Do you have to do different doors or anything on that door? Just do the doors work with this
Yep,
system?
yep, so the doors were, so we don't have to replace it. It's
So
just
these
adding.
two quotes, sorry, these two quotes are Century Lock, correct?
Central Lock, yep, 7,370 and 5,300.
Okay,
That's
Oh.
Communication Innovators.
No, communication is 5,950.
yeah, and on the Communication Innovators thing, I mean, just so you know, we can, outside of both of them, I can get cameras for like $50 and install another one outside and have it accessed on the network to where she can monitor it from her office. Just
That'd be kind of
FYI.
like, that'd be kind of like what County Social Services did, wouldn't it, Bernie?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be super cheap and easy. So, I mean, just throwing it out there.
I wouldn't be surprised if those cameras are here yet, aren't they? Communication Innovators, or I mean, the County Social Services cameras? Or did those go away?
I have no idea.
It's still there. It's an off-brand. Something like that would work though. I mean, because we probably wouldn't want that camera with Marty's watching to see who's coming up the door on the camera system, because we don't really allow anybody to monitor the system but the sheriff's department. So yeah, it'd be a standoff camera. But I mean, super easy to do, cheap, whatever, whether we use the county social services or get another one. So
Right. So I guess I could go back to the reason I'm looking at this, security has kind of actually always been in the back of my mind and my staff's mind too. We do get some patients that come in for injections. Sometimes they were upset during COVID time, we had a lot of upset people through the door then. And now that we do general assistance, we're seeing that more, especially when someone comes in and we don't give them the amount they want or we deny them. They walk out pretty upset sometimes. We also had, they did the, Jason had that guy come and do the training.
Or active shooter.
Active shooter, yeah. He came over and did an assessment to our office, after that and suggested that we need to probably increase our security at that door a little bit more too, especially with Marty being there by herself with her back to the door at times. So I think it's something that I just can't hold off on doing anymore. We have to do something.
Is the back door secure?
Yep, that's a push button.
That's a push button.
Yeah,
Not tied to the system.
not tied, no, it's just the standalone,
Yeah, like,
push some buttons and it unlocks. Yeah.
so
I-
the communication innovators were the $5,000 one. That was,
6, right?
Yeah, almost 6, yeah.
yeah, that one with a standalone camera for Marty. Would that do the job?
Yeah, that's doable.
Is there, do you have, is there $7,000 with, central lock? Was there anything there that gives you anything different than that?
I don't believe so.
The only thing with the central lock thing would be that it does not tie into our system.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, it does not, right?
right.
Correct.
Okay.
So it's either standalone or not.
And the first, the $6,000 one, that has video, everything.
Marty'd still have to have the separate video for Marty.
Yeah, like Bernie was talking.
Okay,
Yeah.
but we can do that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I also did, we get a preparedness grant. So I did submit a prior approval, I guess, it's a request, to have some of this covered. And we're starting a new grant year, so it's gonna take some time before that all gets processed. So, but I did submit it, and I'm waiting to hear back, even if you get a portion of it, so.
So if we start on this now and don't know an answer to that, does that negate it? That we don't, if we got it done, we don't need the money kind of,
No.
they would still
Yeah.
cover it
Yep.
potentially. Well, I lean toward the communication innovators.
Yes, you got any comments?
Well, I mean, the communication innovators already works with our system, so they're probably the best to
Okay,
have something that talks to the same programs that we have.
so yeah, okay.
Did
Well-
Judy ever say anything about wanting to give up that building yet?
No.
Well, Gloria? Is that a motion?
I can make a motion, yep, to move forward with the communication innovators. Is it still valid? Are we past our time period? It says 20 days.
As
Prices are firm through
Yes,
June
that's right.
13th. Is the
So-
price still good?
That would be a good Bernie question, because he's been working with them. Bernie, are you still on?
Yeah, actually, when I talked to Mike Tice, their sales guy, and Ralph last week, they said that it was good still, so.
Okay, so I move that we move forward with the communication innovators quote of $5,958.18. And then to also have Bernie put in a camera, whether it's council services or since they're not so expensive, something else for Marty's. That only, do you do it for your, someone for your?
No, because I can see.
You can see.
I can see.
Okay. Okay, so that'd be my motion for communication innovators and an additional camera for Marty that's a standalone camera.
sorry.
Have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Motion, aye. Aye. All those opposed? Pass.
You get that, Bernie? Heard about that one?
Gotta move fast, right? 20 days.
Yeah.
Bernie, you still there?
Yep, I was on a different page looking at something, but yes, I got her.
Yeah. Well, we got 20 days, so we gotta move fast.
Gotta move fast. You want that in 20 days?
No, just make sure you get the quote,
Yeah.
quoted price.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Will do. Absolutely. I was just looking at it, and so yeah, I'm gonna call Ralph right now and I'll get it straightened out and we'll have it all taken care of.
Okay, thanks, Bernie.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Hey,
Okay.
general assistance.
Yeah, as I was going through some of the documents that they had given to us, I came across this. It looks like they did this every year, maybe, gave a annual report. I don't know if they did or not, but I kind of just went off of what, what they had. Just kind of showing some of the numbers, of the assistance that we did. We started in what, May? So it was mainly what they had done prior to us. Looks like, they had 81 applications for assistance, 65 unduplicated, which means 16 of those people were the same people coming in. In that chart there kind of just shows why they're coming in for assistance. And speaking of that, I also included this document here that shows the counties and how often they offer assistance. We're the only county that offers it 3 times in a calendar year. Most other counties only offer it once or twice. Most of them are twice. So I don't know if that's something you want to think about. And I also feel like our burial, Hausers is the only one that does county burials. We're only paying them $1,000 per burial. And that was last done. Here is the policy. I did make a copy of that.
I could probably go back and look at a dozen years.
Done in 2010. And this is.
I would probably go back a dozen years and they have $1,000 has been an issue,
They
not
don't-
enough.
Yep, and they only now will do cremation.
Maybe more again.
So this is old.
Yeah.
And I don't know if maybe, we have a discussion in the future too of maybe increasing the burial rate and, decreasing how often we offer assistance to maybe twice, like most counties, instead of 3.
So counties that offer assistance, what are their rates?
That, I don't have that. This was put together by Renee right before she left. And so I still need to go see what their rates are. I guess general assistance to me and my staff is, it shouldn't just be, okay, I can come in 3 times a year. I'm gonna come in 3 times a year and get help.
If they know the system.
Because, yeah, to me it is, you're in a bad way. You worked, your car broke down, you have all your other bills to pay, and now, you have this huge car bill, so you're having trouble paying your rent. It's a one-time thing where something happened and, you know, you meet those poverty guidelines, you meet all the other guidelines, and then you had this event happen where you just, you're stuck. Yeah, and you just need a little bit of assistance.
How often does that happen? We have that.
We have, since we've been doing it, we've seen a few. A lot of them that we've seen have just been people that, they know they can come back in because the calendar year's been up and they can come back in and get their $200 for rent or 50% of their utility bill. It's really hard. We've probably denied more than what county social services ever did. Getting fired from your job, knowing that your unemployment is gonna end and not having something set up is not a reason that we feel, someone should be getting, county assistance. We
Just
try
gonna
to,
save that for the extra. I mean, your judgment,
yeah,
basically. Okay, yeah.
we try to help them out, you know, when Casey's had the walk-in interviews, we sent some people down there. We send them to the staffing agency. We try to help them, and we have a list of resources that they can contact, like, here's some places you can reach out for help.
Well, isn't, North Iowa Community Action Organization a resource for them as well?
Yep, especially for the utilities, but that's only in those winter months.
Yeah.
So.
So when you say like there's a 28 rental assistance applications, of those 28, is that 3 times person coming in on that 28 number?
No, no. That's, it could be duplicated, some of them.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, I didn't separate it out that far. I may go next year, just because it gives you a better idea. I just went with what was given to us. So, just some things to think about. I kind of got off track a little bit there, but
so potentially though, if you did 2 times instead of 3 times for the rent, water and heat, you could, if you had 7 burials, that's $7,000. Or up to $7,000. That you could have, that's where you could get your increase for general assistance in that category, right?
right, yes, yeah.
But these are all cremations and now.
He only does cremations now.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's a criteria for that as well, but
Yeah,
they
and I-
have other sources.
And I believe that might not even be on here. I think it was verbally.
I know I'm not sure what they actually charge for the cremation. The burial is, I'm president of the Red Cemetery
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
burial for a cremation is
I think
far less than a full body.
isn't ours $250 or $300 on for if that, for opening and closing of the grave. Is that what you're talking
Well,
about?
yeah. Mhm,
Yeah, 300 is what we pay for that.
mhm.
So it's that plus the 1,000, but,
They're a little more than that.
and then number 8 there, the family resources. What's hard, I know in past conversations is the families maybe want to have a luncheon or something, have a service, things like that. But if they have money for that, then they're not eligible for this because they have money to do those other things.
A lot of time, like, we run into that now. And we have a church group, ladies that just do it free.
Do it free, yeah. Do they have to pay a fee to the church or their service a fee to the minister? Or, yeah,
And that's at your discretion again, right?
There's a form. I have to see this. I'm not real familiar with. We haven't done maybe one of these. There's a form they have to fill out that lists all. See person if they.
Okay, we need some more information. We can
Yeah.
get
yeah.
that, and then we can revisit this and,
But I can see where if there is some of that autopilot thing that someone comes in, oh, where's, you started a new year,
I know.
now I want assistance for the rent or whatever, that it's supposed to be, I get what you're saying, it's supposed to be, I have this unique circumstance that's happened to me and I need assistance, rather than just an autopilot giving assistance. So I can see that.
Yeah. So more on that. Like I said, I kind of got.
Yeah. Good conversation.
And then the rest of the numbers are on that report too. Any questions? Also, we're just getting started with this, so I'm no expert on it yet by any means, so.
So the numbers have gone down
They have.
significantly from 22 to 23 to
Yep.
24. This year
I did notice, I
25.
noticed that too.
I wonder, did something change with that?
I'm curious,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm curious to look at, 2020 and 2021. If 22, how many burials were done then?
You know, that could be a COVID thing. Fiscal year 22.
That's what I was saying.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, is that what you said? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the charts. I love the pictures. So you can see that. So I appreciate that, because I don't think we've gotten that before.
Oh,
I
okay.
look at her, she's laughing at me because that's.
She does make a chart. Well, you can appreciate a chart. Well, they're not hard to do, so I can keep doing it.
Yeah.
I like pictures. I guess I just assumed you got it before, so I just.
Nothing like this that I've seen before. And look, and interesting, looking at Henry County, they do 1 general assistance for able-bodied person, 2 if disabled.
Yeah, I saw that too. So I have some phone calls, emails to send.
If anything, you know, even for such a you're just getting your feet wet with all of it, maybe it's for next year's budget.
Yeah.
Implement changes maybe at that time.
Okay.
Yep.
Very good. Thank you.
Any other questions for me?
Not for me.
Hey.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks, Gail. Have a good rest of your day.
Okay, review action regarding Fingers and Toes liquor license renewal application.
This one came in, they used to get emailed to me, and, Fingers and Toes, just a little tasting kind of stuff, and, she is very, very early on this. Her license isn't due till October. The state sends out notices like 60 or 90 days ahead, and I think within a few days, we got the notice that she had, did the renewal application. She's good to go. So it's ready to approve. It's just really, but we can sure approve it now. Reason we can't approve it.
And it won't be on our plate if it were to
Later
get
on.
dry.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
you
So we don't forget it.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, I'll make a motion that, we approve or renew the application for Fingers and Toes liquor license.
Second it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any more discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries?
And Josh, that's any liquor licenses in the unincorporated area is our jurisdiction to approve. So she's out northeast here. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, 14, note hiring of auditor's clerk. Morgan.
I filled my position. I had surprising several really good candidates. Lucky, though, to have one within our office that was interested and at the top of the list. So, after providing those interviews, so that was great. Now I'm looking for a part-time person.
Good. Good,
You got a good one.
good, good. Okay,
Did she accept by the 30th?
Yes.
15, future, agenda items. Anybody have anything that,
We'll get a hold of Sam and see if he's available next week. That's a good day for that.
all right,
We also have a conservation update next week.
conservation? Okay,
We have a budget amendment next week.
yeah.
I'll follow up with Todd on a date for that resolution for county social services ending. It'd be December.
Okay. Any item, so maybe we will, like, I can't think of it.
Record.
This is a, okay, I will entertain a motion for adjournment. Thanks, John. I'll second it.
Okay.
All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Good.
What's that?
All the commissioners today, huh?
Yeah, you got us all.